everyone, my name is Sergey. I'm going to talk about my story about being from project manager and then to become an agile passionate person. Just a few words about myself. I have been mostly working as a consultant in this small and very innovative company called Tokyo Technology until it has been acquired by Accenture and then I spent some time over there. I have been co-leading the Agile Singapore community of 5,000 people and then now joined the Tokyo Agile Community, so I'm pretty happy to find something over here. So I worked in many different industries, in government, in media, and one of the best examples that I have done, it was Thales Digital Factory. So I have set up the methodology of how the people are working, and now it's one of the best places to work, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, I've been working in Europe, Africa, a little bit in America, and a lot in Asia. So this is just a few words about myself, and I just want to start a little bit from what Agile is to make people understand the word, because we kind of did the survey the last time, and then we found out that people have a low understanding of what Agile is and what it is for them. So I just play this little video of 2 minutes, and then you will understand what Agile is.
Back in the 90s, IT projects were managed by the waterfall methodology, where the executed tasks cascaded from analyzing the requirements to designing, implementing, testing, and rollout. Although the approach was exceedingly structured and organized, clients were not satisfied. In fact, what was happening was that most parts of the projects were out of budget, time, scope, and quality, and clients were dissatisfied. Even when projects were on time, within budget and scope, and of good quality, clients were still unsatisfied. But why? Simply because what they asked for was not necessarily what they really needed. That was the case until some software practitioners created a set of alternative approaches. 17 of those individuals decided to gather in November 2001 in a ski resort in Utah, US, where they came up with the Agile Manifesto. A new mindset focusing on 4 values and 12 principles rather than on a predefined blueprint. These values are 1. Individuals and interactions over processes and tools. 2. Working software over comprehensive documentation. 3. Customer collaboration over contract negotiation. 4. Responding to change over following a plan. And the principles are about customer satisfaction, embracing changes, speed delivery, collaboration, empowerment, effective communication, good metrics, steadiness, operational excellence, simplicity, self-organization, continuous improvements. Today, thanks to the 17 innovative visionaries, we can, through adopting the Agile mindset, embrace changes to improve performance and reach client satisfaction. Thank you.
So I hope you have a better understanding of what Agile is. If somebody asks you what Agile is, you say it's a mindset, and this mindset is actually supported by values, principles, and practices. So Agile proposes you tools and rituals to make these values happening in life. And some of these practices are collected and framework for that, saying, okay, if you implement this framework, you will have these values. But what you have to watch closely all the time is that you are actually aiming for the values that Agile is proposing you. So there are 2 perspectives of use of Agile. First one is for customers. So you have seen that customers become much more satisfied with the approach of regular delivery, etc. So, and then another approach is for the person working in the company. You say, okay, yeah, there's top-down, the management decides to go Agile, and then others don't really understand sometimes why they have to do that. And for the people from the bottom, sometimes they say, oh, Agile is so good because I have experienced that before and I want to implement it in my company. What is there for me? So you can get the opportunity to work with one of the most advanced technological companies. You can have a worldwide opportunity as far as you speak English, you can go worldwide. And you have pretty high salary compared to classical project manager. You have Agile coach, for example, who earns almost double of it. There's a state of Agile made by version 1. They sent the questionnaire for 1,400 people in different organizations, and 97% of them are using Agile. Another reason for you to think about Agile and to implement it is you can lose your job if you're not going Agile. So now I will share my story. I was a project manager, then I became a product manager, and then I joined this innovative company to become a product owner. So I will tell you this difference by comparing the classical project manager role and product owner role in this innovative company. So I joined this innovative company, and then I came there and it was like, wow, what's going on here? I don't really understand. I'm not used to this kind of environment. So, and then I tried to understand. So from product perspective, it was pretty different. Instead of specifying the product and then spending like 1 year as a project manager to trying to understand what is the complexity behind and detail everything and then to just throw it to developer team, in Agile you actually really try to understand your customers, who they are, what their pain points are. And after you understand them, you create a clear vision. Answering these pain points, you propose some value, and then you're seeking for profit as well by delivering this value to those people. You analyze how they are using today's product, and then you see this is the difficult situation that they are facing. For example, this is the satisfaction map, customer journey call. So these are different tools that helps you to seek for these values. And then you see the problem points, and then you say, okay, this is the place where we can provide a new product or new service or a new feature for our product. Once you found those pain points and those features, you just put them on the story map, and then you prioritize them. And you say, these are the most important things that we would like to start from, and then to deliver it to our customers as soon as possible, to make sure that we are providing value on a regular basis. From delivery perspective, in classic way, you actually have a deadline, and then you have something which is very fixed, and then you need to deliver it until the day. But then when the deadline is coming, you figure out that you're probably not delivering something that you have been expected to deliver, and you spend this endless nights working in the office until 1 a.m. and finally like giving the pressure to all the people, and they become dissatisfied. So the next time they will try to protect themselves and fight back with you. And in Agile, you actually deliver regularly on 2-week basis or on daily basis. You are delivering something to your customers, whether it's the manager, whether it's the final user. So they are getting more happy. So from change perspective, so how do you face the change? In classical way, you actually have the fixed scope, so the change is not really welcome because you spend so much time to tailor the whole project that you need to deliver. And then if you suddenly have a change, you create a change request, it takes a lot of time to understand and to go negotiate it, and then finally it's kind of like arguing situation that you have with your client instead of cooperation. In Agile, you actually slice down, once you have that vision, you define what is really important, and then you say, oh, it's not the car that we're trying to build, that's the transportation problem that we're trying to solve. This person actually struggles to take time to go to work, for example. And we will provide some tool of transportation that will bring him faster. And then you produce a skateboard, for example, and then you say it's not really convenient, so you produce something which is a little bit more convenient, and then more convenient. And on each step, you will produce certain value to the people. The interactions are also different. So in project manager role, you survey people to make sure that they are doing their job and they are delivering until date. In Agile, you're mostly focusing on collaboration. You will collaborate with your customer, you will collaborate with your final clients to make sure that you're responding on what they really need, and you are delivering regularly. Every 2 weeks you have delivered some working product, but also get some feedback, and then you adjust, and then you are doing the continuous improvement. So you are gathering with your team, and then you're saying that we have been working for a certain period of time, and now it's time to think about how we can make it better. So you spend about 2 hours in every 2 weeks and do a retrospective, for instance, and then find out the ideas and implement those ideas to improve the way you work today. So what about people? So before in my project I had colleagues, so sometimes you go for a drink, and then you get drunk, and then you get tired. Being an Agile team, actually, I usually start my accompaniment for a team from the team building, where we really know each other. What are the values of each person? What are the dreams? What are the passions? And then we are finding the connection point, and we try to organize some trips. For example, everybody likes to travel, so we went to Morocco all together, and then we had a lot of fun, take pictures and stuff. With my previous company, this Okta Technology, one great place to work, and this is how I used to know them. There's a reward which analyzes from employees how do they think about their own enterprise. So in that enterprise, everybody thinks it's awesome to work because of its culture, because they have flexible working hours. For example, we can come at work between 9 and 10:30, and then leave between 5 and 7, take some flexible vacation, freedom in our organization compared to the classical one. So that was quite cool discovery for me. And then the benefits that I can say that we gain is delight customers, because you're delivering the product they really want and they see progressively, and they can change also and adapt continuously. You're delivering innovative products because you're thinking continuously with your customer and with your team about how you want to answer the questions, the problems and the needs of the people who we know and we define. And then you have an effective and creative environment, because you have fun, because you know each other. And then the selection process is very important. We have HR, which is very strong, which will not only identify the skills like they will do in like classical consulting company, they will just try to pick up the best, the people with great education, with great experience, but they finally often don't know how to work with each other. Instead here, they will probably focus on 3 points. One is team player, so how do I work with others? Another one is passion, I actually love what I do. And the third one is how I can adjust into the new environment. And finally, you have the happy employees from that, because everybody likes what they do and they have a lot of fun and they have a lot of freedom in their interactions. So that's a quick sharing of mine. Now, please give me some questions and I will be happy to answer. It's a very quick overview. So I cannot give all the details in 15 minutes. Next sessions we will try to do more. But questions are for them.
Sure. Quick question. So you mentioned that Agile, you need like team building and you have to have collective people that has same passion, etc. Right? As a consultant, you have to do that to like your clients, which is separate from your company. Like, how were you able to influence these people to change? Which at the time after your service is done, you have to leave, right? So you have to leave them behind. How were you able to like kind of like innate those kind of like practices or culture as a consultant?
So in my job, I do multiple roles. I do consulting, coaching, and teaching. So I start from teaching, explaining what Agile is, what are the benefits, and people get excited, so they want to try it. And then I will accompany them. There is a certain methodology that I'm using, which is very modular and flexible, that I will work with them as Agile coach, right? So I join the team, I gather all the people together, and then make sure that they express themselves, they share their deep like dreams and thoughts, and they have this connection. I accompany them to create those connections, and I'm always with them and making sure that they are going to keep that. And then after, we may identify a person who will replace me, for example, if I'm doing a consulting role, right, internally. So does it answer?
No.
Okay, cool. Please, more questions?